Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back, and thank you so much for joining me again. My name is Nomonde from Nomonde Champion Change, and this is part 3 of our series on the importance of research in business. I hope you watched part 2. If not, you need to go back and watch part 2. If you watched it, you'll remember that we delve deeper into understanding what research is actually looks like in practice, and how can you move from information to intelligent action. We then discussed the 2 most important areas that we need to research before starting a business, which were customers and competition. The first one was the customer. We mentioned that before you research competitors, before you research pricing, the most important thing that you need to research first is your customer, the actual person that you want to serve, the actual person that you want to bring solution for, the actual person that you want to service. That's the most important part. Understand them, understand their age group, understand their patterns, so that you fit in very well with them. Okay. The second thing that you have to research is your competition. What I loved the most about what we mentioned in the second video was that your competition is not your enemy, but your ignorance is your enemy. And researching your competition helps you position yourself differently than what they do. Helps you as you come into the same industry as they are. You are not duplicating what they are doing, but you are feeding onto the gap and bringing something new, something interesting, something that a few people have been looking for without finding. Okay, now we are on number 3. As I promised that this video is going to be about cost and sustainability. So many businesses don't fail because of lack of customers. No, they don't fail. There's customers everywhere. Mind you, we are in South Africa. For those of us, I'm sure most people who are listening to this are in South Africa. South Africa currently is overpopulated. And that overpopulation, when you want to start a business, you must see it as your advantage. Those are your customers. Businesses do not fail because of lack of customers, but businesses fail because of cost planning. But please understand, that's not the only thing, but one of the most important things that makes businesses to fail is poor cost planning. Okay. Now, when we're doing research where cost planning is concerned, research helps you understand the startup costs, the monthly expenses, your hidden costs, your break-even points, how long you can survive before profits. This is where you chuck off your emotions. At this point, when you are researching the costs, this is where emotions must just leave the room, because numbers don't lie. Numbers do not lie to you. Another thing is that research helps you with timing. Just because your idea is good, just because your idea is brilliant, just because your idea is approved by people, doesn't mean it's the right time for you to start it. You might have the most brilliant idea on earth. You might have the most approved when you were doing surveys and people are approving it. But when you do further research, it will help you decide, should I start now or should I start later? Should I start small or should I partner first? Should I test before I resign, or should I resign and just jump onto business? This brings me back to something that I said in part 1. To those who listened to part 1, you'll remember I spoke about your employer. To those who didn't listen to part 1, please go and listen to part 1. If you are employed, I mentioned that if you are employed, that's your advantage. Your employer is not your enemy. but your employer is helping you. Your job gives you time to research. Your job gives you time to test. Your job gives you stability to learn. Your job gives you space to make mistakes safely. You can make mistakes while you are employed because you have guaranteed that at the end of the month you're still going to receive your salary, and then try again, and then try again. Okay, so while when you're doing research, it can help you with ascertaining whether at this time should I start it little by little while I'm still employed, or should I jump straight onto it. Sometimes rushing is not bravery, but preparation is wisdom. Preparation is complete wisdom. I've seen too many people resign emotionally. But you know what's the result of that? Is that if you resign emotionally, you will panic financially. Unfortunately, you will panic financially because you didn't take time to prepare for the new thing. Remember I said preparation is wisdom. Research helps you plan your exit strategically, not emotionally. Research helps you plan your exit strategically, not emotionally. Now, let me say this one clearly. Research is not a once-off event. It's not. You know why? Because markets change, customers change, costs also change. Successful business owners, they are continuous on research. They listen, they observe, and they adjust. That is why you'll find that we have monthly reviews, quarterly reviews, annual reviews, and so on. Because they listen, they have to listen and observe and adjust. Okay? They have to listen, observe, and adjust. That's why businesses that survive are not always the most talented ones, but the most informed and adaptable ones. That's why I do the work that I do. I do not want aspiring entrepreneurs to repeat my mistakes. I don't want you to learn the hard way if you can learn the smart way. That's why I've developed research guidance tools, frameworks, and personalized support to help you think clearly, to help you ask the right questions, to help you test before investing, to help you enter the industries with confidence and not confusion. I don't want you to enter the industry with confusion. When you research properly, you don't just start a business. You position your business. You put it there in the right place. You put it there for the right people. You put it there for the right industry. Positioning is what separates survival from struggle. As we close today, I want to leave you with this. Before you spend your money, you must research. Before you resign, you must research. Before you commit emotionally, you must research. Excitement fades, but information stays. Passion needs direction, and research gives it direction. Think about it. If you have passion on one side and information on the other, just imagine how powerful you can be. That is why your passion needs direction, which you'll be given it by your research. Research gives you direction. In our next part, we'll talk about common research mistakes entrepreneurs make and how to avoid them. If you want support, if you want guidance, if you want clarity before you take your next step, my details are available. I'm here to walk the journey with you. And thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for choosing to learn. That's another important step that you took. And thank you for choosing to build smarter. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much and goodbye. See you in the next video. Thank you. Bye.